Hey guys, I'm Jill Powell, and today I brought Q back because you guys loved her last video, so of course I had to bring her back to do another one. And today we are doing a smoky wing shadow for a hooded eye. So stay tuned to get this look. Okay, so my last video with you is one of my best videos. So I had to bring Miss Q back and do another eye video because obviously people love to know how to do makeup on hooded eyes. So today, Q asked me to try and do a smoky wing. So typically a wing is really difficult when the top of your eye is hooded because it comes down further than the bottom. So I'm gonna show you all my tips and tricks on how to get a smoky wing with this type of eye shape. So let's get started. Okay, so I always start out with a primer. This is Painterly by MAC. It's honestly one of my go-to. I just love it because it makes everything stay. You won't get any creasing, makes the shadows come out stronger. So you just need a tiny bit all over the lid. And I'm using just a flat synthetic brush. So today I'm going to use some Juvia's Place palettes. These got sent to me not too long ago and I've been playing with them little by little, but I'm really excited. So we're gonna do kind of some smoky neutral colors with a little bit of shimmer, a little bit of glitter. So I wanna start out with kind of like a neutral tone. So this one is called Cano, but it's basically like a kind of a soft, warm brown. And since we're doing a wing, I wanna start on the outer part of the eye and really get the shape that I want starting to contour. So I'm using a small blending brush that has kind of a point to it. This one is called Tapered Crease. I don't know, it's so old. I probably got it at a makeup show somewhere. But basically I'm gonna create the shape on the outer part of the eye because I want my shadows going out since we're doing like a wing. So this is where you want to start creating your contours. And I'm just going to do a little bit in the center because again, I want that direction getting pulled out. So I'm not going to really round it out into the center of her eye. But then when she looks up, or she looks straight, you can see, so her top lid finishes right here. So I need to make sure that I fill in, go ahead and look up for me, fill in this outer corner of the bottom of her lid as well, because that shape needs to be consistent. And this is going to make the eye look a lot bigger and also just help with our smoky wing shape. So you want it all continuing from the bottom, but we really follow that top area. Okay, so now that we have that kind of priming color on, I'm just gonna blend. This has nothing on this brush. This one is a MAC 217, one of my tried and true favorite brushes. But I just wanna make sure that there's no definite like starts and stops. So it's just nice and diffused on that outer part. And I'm still continuing the shape up and outward, but I just want to soften all the edges. So we're gonna build this smoke with darker colors as we go. So I think I'm gonna go in with Mino from the same palette. I do want to use this gold color though. We're gonna find a way to use that. I'm going to use a pencil brush. This one's the LCE5. And look down. I'm just going to deepen the outer corners of her eyes and continue with this like smoky wing shape. And then that way we can kind of see where it's going. And I want to blend this as well. When I'm doing a wing, a lot of times I'll turn my brush upside down and make sure that the top of the brush is going along the bottom side of the wing. If that makes sense, it helps to keep your shape. I don't like to do the whole like tape and making it really strong unless I'm doing like a really specific strong wing. But I just prefer to stay within the lines. So that's kind of one of my tricks to do so. So we're going to keep continuing to bring this deep color out. Getting lighter as we get towards the outer wing, just so that it's a nice soft wing. And then go ahead and look up for me. And again, shading in this outer corner on the bottom of her eye. So now that's creating that wing shape. Keep blending it. And I'm starting with matte colors because those are going to give the most definition and the most impact, and then we can go in and add shimmer on top. I'm going to add a little bit of a brow highlight color just to aid with a little bit of this blending too. I like to layer things to create the nice soft diffusion of color. So I'm at the point where I want to kind of soften that outer edge, and I need a lighter color to do so. So that brow highlight color is really great. And I'm using this corner one in the Nomad eyeshadow palette, this lighter kind of cream shade. But when you just go over these edges, it just really helps to layer and blend. Okay. So we have pulled that out a little bit. Let's add some color. So when Q opens her eyes, she doesn't have a ton of lid that's showing, but we are going to still play with some lighter colors on her lid, just so that that focus is still on that smoky wing. So I've been dying to use this gold color in the center. It's just so pretty. So we are going to add it. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. And because a lot of her eyelid will retract, I do want to bring it up a little bit just so that you can see it. Yeah, love it. This color is gorgeous. This might be my new favorite gold. So I'm using a flat shadow brush. This is the Smith 256. And I'm just pressing it on her lid and bringing it just slightly up so that you can see it when she opens her eyes. You just want it just peeking up right there. I'm going to show you guys another trick too, because anytime you do a light color on the lid, you want to create a little bit of definition. So I'm going to contour a little bit, but just naturally. So I'm going to use a really tiny brush. This one's the Morphe M506, and I'm just going to grab a little bit of bronzer. I'm going to use the Sigma Sculpt palette. This one's great. It's got 3 different sculpting colors and 3 different highlights. So I'm going to use this one's called Throw Shade. And again, that tiny little contour brush. And I'm just going to contour right above where I put that light color. And this is just going to create a natural dimension. So when you do art, it's always good to put shade next to contour. So this is just going to create a little bit of shade. Throwing some shade on her eyes, just right next to that highlight, and it will just make it pop. So you can even come all the way from her brow. And I'm just creating this natural shadow right here. There you go. And that just makes it pop a little bit more. So you see the difference how this one, it really stands out against that lighter color. So we're just kind of shading right here. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of eyeliner, and we're going to just create, again, a little bit more shape to keep this wing going on. So go ahead and look up for me. I'm going to start in the outer corners. I want this nice and rich out here. And I'm starting with a black to get that corner. And I'm just going to kind of shade underneath where I want that wing to be. I want to blend it a little bit. And look down. So I'm just kind of creating this shape on the outer corners of her eyes. And I'm doing it with pencil last because we've already done it with shadow, but now I'm giving it that added dimension of wing. So blending those edges, and then I'm going to take a brown eyeliner and just kind of go over the very edges of it, because this will soften the effect so it's not like a super harsh black line, but the black is needed for that dimension. But the brown kind of makes it just a little bit softer and more natural. You see the difference, how that just really kind of makes that outer corner pop? Look down for me. I'm going to do a little bit of black along her top lash line as well. Remember, I want to keep this like wing shape going on, so that's the biggest thing you want to work on, is making sure that that outer corner is like a nice wing. And look down again. So I'm filling in the base of her lash line on that inner corner, just so that I don't take up that lid space. And then from like 2/3 out is where I started on her lid, kind of working outwards with the eyeliner. And that's why I'm using a pencil, just so that I can kind of create that shape. There you go. Okay, so I went ahead and did the other side with the liner. And we're just kind of continuing this smoky wing shape. Look down again. And I'm just kind of perfecting everything to make sure they're symmetrical. All right, so the liners just really give it that added depth and dimension. And I love using liners just because they can just create a little bit more than just a shadow. So definitely a must. I do want to add just a tiny bit more. I'm going to take that same brush that I was using, and I'm going to mix the dark and the brown that we were using and just kind of blend these corners one more time. And if you notice the shape that I'm creating and the motion that I'm using, I'm basically going down so that I don't drop below that bottom baseline of the wing. And this is, again, like a smokier wing. So, and then I'm going down right along the base of it and then blending up and in. And then that's just going to, again, blend those liners so that they're nice and diffused. So when you do a look like this, you also want to make sure that whatever lashes you do match the shape. So normally on cue, I would do lashes that really lift up in the center just to make her eyes look really big. But what I want to do this time is I want to use lashes that complement the outer wing. So we're going to do ones with a little bit longer on the outside. So the lashes I chose are Ardell Double Demi Wispies. So they're basically a double stacked pair of Demi Wispies. Demi Wispies go a little bit further on the outside, kind of flare out a little bit, but they're still really natural looking. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply these on cue and we'll show you the final look. Okay, so we popped on some lashes, added a little blush and lip because we had to finish the look. So now Q has her smoky wing shadow. Go ahead and look down, do this. And the lashes really complement the look because they have that kind of pulled out on the outer corners of the eyes. And this is how you complete this look. Thanks again for watching my video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment below what you want to see next. All of the products used in my video are also linked below. And if you want to see more, follow me anywhere at Powell Glam. Thanks again.